break in. What are you hoping to see from this today?
Well, talk about Hitzel. I'm really hoping to actually see him bring out the Zap. I know he's been liking the Zap a lot, and I personally have to agree. He actually has convinced me on the Brown Zap. I don't even remember the correct name of it, but the one with the Storm and the Sprinkler. I think it's
Hmm.
just a really good weapon for this map as a nice support slash aggressive weapon, so it's able to fulfill different roles, and especially with Ninja Squid, which I know Hitzel is a huge fan of on the Zap. It could be a lot of fun to see him just completely turn the tides of any potential hold by Alexei's team, Astral. And mentioning Alexei, I mean, I think his snipes speak for himself. He's one of the scariest snipers to face, and on this map, it's gonna be definitely difficult for B to make sure they deal with him efficiently unless Lux pulls out some magic out of his pocket.
Certainly so. I am really excited to see what we'll have for them today. And let's get right into this. We are going into Splat Zones on Inkblot Art Academy for our first one. Ooh.
Oh boy. So we definitely see Astral here picking up on the Japanese the most recent Japanese trend being the L3 nozzle nose, a weapon that is able to paint really well and at the same time spam ballers very efficiently. And it's a very interesting team composition we see them running because they're focusing a lot on painting, and painting, and relying on Alexei for most of their kills.
Which could be something that is going to work in their benefit here, but right now it doesn't seem to be doing so. Right now it seems like TeamB does have the upper hand a little bit, breaking this point down to 69.
Ooh.
Beautiful shot by Marsh with that inkjet. This is exactly what you look for in Marsh. Somebody who's going to be aggressive, push forward, and make sure they're constantly keeping their eye on that objective.
That was a beautiful direct that you were saying, but unfortunately we do see Marsh here, as well as Keen going down. So this probably is the opportunity that Astral was looking for in order to take back the zone. And we do see the bomb rush being popped from Lux, but to really no avail. And I think it's important to underline here the difference between Alexei playing the Stingray Charger and Lux playing the Bomb Rush Charger. So do you mind explaining a little bit like the difference that these two specials play in the entire flow of the game?
I think the Stingray is going to be good, as you mentioned earlier on, for being able to get those picks that you need to keep the other team out of mid. But I think the Bomb Rush is really nice to take zone very quickly, and you have a lot of range with that Bomb Rush, so you don't need to be very close to zone to get that. Like right there, the Bomb Rush came out, able to just cap that zone very quickly and force a lot of the members of Astral back.
Yeah, definitely. You were 100% right there. The Bomb Rush's painting capabilities were able to cap the zone for B despite all the turf pressure that Astral currently is running with their team comp. But with this back and forth right now and that Stingray being popped, it finally looks like Astral has a free opportunity to get onto the enemy plat and just get all the mid control that they wanted. And as I was mentioning earlier, the baller spam coming in from the L3s, we see them have baller already for a potential retake coming in from B.
Certainly do. I think so far, though, we've seen this kind of go in favor of Team B, and then it just switches over very quickly the moment that Astral has those ballers at the ready, and even that Stingray was able to help kind of keep people away from zone. So maybe they're just pushing this, like you mentioned, these very fast ballers, use them to break into zone, but they're not quite able to hold on to it as much as they would like to.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that, as you were mentioning it, Astral is not able to control the zone for as long as they would like, right? Because even if their team composition is so good at painting the zone back, they seem to really be struggling to actually deny. Oh, okay, so I was about to say, they really struggle at denying these bubble pushes and all these suction rushes, but, you know, commentator's curse, as soon as I say that, beautiful ballers coming in, being able to stop all this, and the Stingray coming in as well. Oh, my God.
It was really great of Marsh to be able to jump out at that moment too, staying alive. I really thought that Stingray would have caught him off guard and made sure that he was not able to live. But staying alive, not quite able to hang on to that lead, though. Team B is going to lose this first game to Astral. Really great job from Astral. I think that they're just having a fantastic game so far and a great showing. I'm so excited to be able to see what Team B is going to be able to do when they have a counter pick coming up.
Yeah, I 100% agree, and it's very interesting how this match actually went because we kept seeing an extremely back and forth game, But as soon as Astral was able to negate a special takeback coming in from B, the game was essentially theirs because how Team B was actually playing was that they were extremely reliant on the combination of their specials to cap the zone and then take advantage off of that. Meanwhile, Astral was really focusing just simply on, hey, my weapons paint a lot. They paint a lot, and you got to deal with it, man.
Mm-hmm.
And B was not able to deal with it as soon as they managed to burn all their specials and got nothing out of it. So, very interesting match and a really great showing from Astral in the way they adapted rapidly to how Team B was playing.
Very, very true. And I think you mentioned when we first started, and I think I'd like to bring that up again. This idea of this double L3 with Baller really does show that it's going to be more effective at painting zone and taking over as quickly as you sort of anticipated. I think that was the key there. And I wonder if Team B is going to change a couple of things up going into this next one. Even though it is their pick, they do decide to go with Gobi Arena for their second game on tower control. What do you think we're going to see changing here?
Well, I think it's a very smart counter pick coming in from Team B because we essentially saw that Astral was extremely reliant and focused on some good old fashioned Japanese style splat zone cheese. And on tower control, splat zone cheese does not work. L3s do not work. So this is definitely going to be hopefully going in the favor of B composition wise. Although I think we're going to be seeing Keen switch to the Condor and dropping the tent he's so good with. But
Mm-hmm.
it probably, hopefully, is going to work in their favor. And I have no idea of what Astral is going to be bringing here. What do you think?
I'm not really sure. I'd love to see, obviously, Alexei, as you mentioned, fantastic charger player. And I think that we'll stay with a Stingray charger for this one coming up here. And I guess we'll be able to see this coming into this game right away. So we don't really have a lot of time that we'll need to anticipate what they'll be bringing.
Well, it's good not to have anticipation sometimes because surprises may not be your friend when you're commentating. As we do see, an L3 on
Ooh.
both sides, but it's actually the Inkjet L3 on both sides. So definitely a smart pick because it is going to be so helpful for both teams to actually push up on the enemy plat, forcing it without necessarily having to get through the little box all the way up into the enemy plat. So this is going to be an interesting match. Comp-wise, we see pretty similar comps, don't we?
Absolutely. I'm really happy that we're also seeing, as you had mentioned earlier, that NZAP coming out from Hitzel. And I think that it's a really good one because it does have rain. It is going to allow them to sort of have a little bit of paint without having to force it. And that will help Team B move this tower much, much faster. Right away, Keen with that Kensa Undercover Brella, as you mentioned, and Marsh working together to get through this checkpoint very quickly because they knew that Stingray was about to come out and they needed to get past that checkpoint before it would do it.
I mean, you're perfectly spot on. You were mentioning Hitzel using these storms and this NZAP just to get some turf control in advance for his team to push up so quickly. And that's exactly what we saw. 2 storms already in less than a minute coming in from Hitzel. And that has allowed Team B actually to get already to checkpoint 2, which is absolutely an insane feat so quickly. And again, it's 2 players down. And with Lux being so close to that Stingray, I was going to say this is looking scary, but very good defense on the side of Astral. At that very critical situation.
Absolutely. I'm really happy Lux was able to jump back, hang on to this Stingray, and, gonna keep it for as long as they can, as this looks like it's the starting push from Astral right now. Lux is just gonna wait it out, try to use this Stingray to make sure that Astral can't get this checkpoint. Maybe not. I'm a little concerned as why this Stingray hasn't quite gone off yet. Maybe they're being pressured too much.
Yeah, I think it's more of Lux is trying to play very conservative because Alexei had the Stingray ready, and as we see here, Alexei was literally playing the entire time, waiting to counter Stingray. Very good play by Lux there, able to win that Stingray war, but it was pretty clear that Alexei was just trying to bait that Stingray in order to punish him, but unfortunately the plan didn't go in his favor, and it seems like B is back at it again.
This really is... I'm really excited to watch Team B play. And, you and I sort of speculated early on, is this a pickup? Is this going to be a team? I really hope this is a team to stay.
I really hope so, too.
Look at that beautiful shot by Lux. The teamwork is just superb. It's showing that they know how to communicate with one another, that their play styles really complement each other as well. Just all of these things like you were talking about, Alexei versus Lux, they both have their Stingrays at the ready, and exactly as you mentioned before, I think they're just going to play a little bit of a waiting game for whoever pops theirs first.
Yeah, exactly. We see Zekin here having his Tenta missiles ready. So these are going to definitely be forcing and putting some pressure onto the side of TeamB. So definitely forcing Lux, and they do manage to get the pick in combination with the Stingray. And so this is definitely looking grim for B, as the setup that currently is being displayed by Astral is just extremely threatening. And Team here dropping down, but not able to do too much.
Maybe, maybe not. Right now, I mean, the Stingray is still coming out, not quite able to take that lead that maybe Astral had been hoping for right there. Just 6 points shy, but it's going to give them a good opportunity to have that tower in a good position. Ooh.
Oh my god, that was clutch. That was really well played by Zekin. And again, this just gave another opportunity to Astral to push. And here comes the Stingray, here comes the missiles, and here comes the armor. Oh my god, Melissa, what do you think is going to happen here? Do you think they're going to knock out?
Oh my gosh, I really hope so. I think that they were in a good position, and they keep able to just kind of get members of Team B down over and over again. There's no one there to contest them. This is their second knockout going to happen for 2 games in a row.
My. That is really unfortunate for Team B. I think in both games, they've definitely played an extremely solid early game. But as soon as Astral gets snowballing, it's just too hard for them to deal with all the pressure and the constant amount of death that they just keep getting in a delayed way onto each other, meaning that their spawns are desynchronized, and it just hurts them so much that they seem to be unable to deal with it and come back.
Really does seem like that's what's going on here, and hopefully they'll be able to kind of pick up whatever they're dropping for this last game, because we are doing a play all 3, and Team B will have an option to counterpick once again. So maybe their last counterpick will be helpful for them in terms of what they go for.
Yeah, what do you think they're going to actually pick as far as counterpicks go?
I was about to call Rainmaker, and there we have it. We know that Marsh is the Rainmaker king, if you will. He has such a strong understanding of that mode and that weapon. So I am so excited to watch this.
I 100% agree, and it's interesting that they didn't go for Rainmaker right away, but it makes sense when you consider the composition that Astral was using on game 1. But I think this counterpick makes sense, and I'm really hoping that that B is able to bring this one home. But do you think there's going to be some changes as far as composition or playstyle that B has to adapt in order for them to take this game off of Astral?
There's a lot that they're going to need to do. I think the number one thing that we're noticing is that Team B is able to very quickly take that objective, push it pretty far, at least, and past this like halfway mark for each game. But then Astral comes together and they knock it out at the end. So I'm thinking that Team B needs to make a stronger push where they're not just getting to that 30-point, 40-point mark when their initial push goes on, but they need to knock it out as fast as possible and not give Astral an opportunity to come back.
Definitely, and here we see the signature dapples coming in from Marsh, and talk about disruptors. Dennis here going for a very unconventional pick, being that Kimmy's filing, and it seems like Marsh is just going down straight away. So the opening, the quick, powerful opening that B was looking for, might not happen just yet.
Maybe that's okay. Maybe they want to play this one a little bit slower, wait for them to set up, but 2 going down is not really going to help them. Rainmaker in hand of Astral. Lux does have an opportunity to jump out, but no Stingray at the ready, and the Rainmaker is getting perilously close to that podium. They are able to stop it just before it gets close enough to put some serious points on. Ooh, Alexei getting a beautiful shot on Lux with that Stingray.
Alexei once again telling Lux, hey man, you're trying to go for the objective, but I'm trying to go for you. And it just seems so strong so far. Again, Dennis has the opportunity here to cheese if he wants to, but decides to play it safe. Very smart move, as we see Keen here preemptively popping the hammer, but that might just not work in his favor.
It doesn't seem to. Dennis pops their Ultra Stamp of their own, gets that beautiful shot on Lux as
Ooh.
well. So that's going to be pretty tough for Team B. Rainmaker is lost by Astral, but there's still people in that area of that Rainmaker shield. So Marsh not able to pop it and get it a little bit further away, maybe in a spot that's more comfortable for Team B. There's a lot that they need to do in order to take this lead from Astral.
Marsh's hero play did not seem to work, and we see Keen as well trying to go for hero plays. So I think right now a big issue that B is really running into seems to be the fact that they're just going individually. They're like, okay, I see the opportunity, I have to go for the Rainmaker, I have to try to cheese it myself. And it's not really working so well. It's definitely stalling out. But again, we see Keen being taken out by Creamy, who's definitely been on a roll so far. Double kill, absolutely amazing. Triple kill!
Wonderful! Wow, popping off. This
God.
is exactly what we want to see, and that's kind of a delayed quad a little bit.
That's a delayed quad. Incredible. Very well played by Creamy. Definitely playing off this team's positioning and really abusing the misplay, the small misplays that Team B keeps on making as they go in individually. So I really hope that they are able to change this up and, you know, start going at a more unison pace, because it's really, really backfiring.
A little bit. I'm sort of wondering, maybe this might be a little bit of a preemptive thought here, but I'm wondering if one of the problems Team B is having is that both Keen and Marsh seem to be playing objective consistently, and maybe that's not quite allowing for them to go after as many splats as they could, and allowing more of Astral to stay alive for longer periods of time, which makes them kind of continue to push that objective because they're alive longer.
I think you're 100% right. And talking about the amount of splats that Team B has to get, you can clearly see, looking at their team composition, that most of their weapons, if not all their weapons, really struggle at getting in range and getting a clear shot and getting some easy picks. Meanwhile, if you look at Astral, they have that L3 with damage up that is so consistent at killing in one single burst. And they also have that K-shot, which is one of the fastest killing weapon as far as short-range shooters go. So that definitely is backfiring, and the fact that both Marsh and Keen really want to be playing that objective and don't really need or want to go for those kills is really just playing a major role in the way that this match is playing out.
Absolutely. You saw even there too. Toxic Mist is doing a lot against Lux as well. You know, Lux running this heavy needs to be able to consistently charge those shots very quickly, and that Toxic Mist is not quite allowing him to do that each time. So I think that it's just kind of a tough matchup for Team B to be going against with Astral, and Astral really did think about what they wanted to be running for this, and they're proving that they're a force to be reckoned with, and a team that we're going to see go very far in today's qualifier.
Definitely, and what's even tougher is we see Lux and Marsh both going down. Lux losing the Stingray as he was the one having to pick up the Rainmaker, and Keen is desperately clinging onto his life, trying to fiend off that baller. He's able to pick it off with a hammer, but they really are going to need some magic happen. The yeet is there! The kill is there, so they're 3 down. This is finally their opportunity to actually get past mid, so let's see if that's the actual case.
They have less than 30 seconds to do it though. They really don't have a lot of time, and they don't have a lot of ink on mid either, so it's going to be a pretty hard struggle. The rain coming out going to be really helpful for them to get a little bit more ink on this map. Marsh is the exact person you want to be holding the Rainmaker, but there's nobody to defend him over here. He has to back up. Okay, gets that pick. That's going to be very crucial. Marsh does not have a lot of time. We're in overtime now. If Marsh does go down with this Rainmaker, that is the end of the game, but we'll see what he's going to be able to do. Oh my gosh.
They have the Stingray. This is going to be really scary. Lux is not able to charge his own Stingray. There's not enough paint for him to be able to get it. The missiles are coming out. The Stingray might be coming out soon in tandem with the missiles, as there it is. And Marsh, oh, Marsh, if you're able to live this, there's only one player up, but will he be able to do it? He is! So this is their time? What's going to happen here?
Oh my gosh, this is really it. Marsh doing this push, going up this side. Lux is right there to help. Oh no, Lux goes down. Marsh does not have enough ink to move. Unfortunately, does lose that Rainmaker just before able to get somewhere to take that lead. Really fantastic show at the end, though. That is the exact type of play that you expect from Marsh, and why I love watching him play Rainmaker so much. Holding on to that, being patient. I know I don't have the patience for it. Really fantastic job, though, from Team B against Astral, a formidable team who play consistently together. And you know, when you're a team that's just starting, even if you've played together often, you still have a lot of things that you need to work out when you're playing in a tournament setting.
Definitely, and let's be honest, I think Astral is one of the teams that I'm placing my money on in order to get at least top three, if not even better. So really great showing from B. Even if they went 0-3, they still really did great and they performed very, very well. Considering this, I think was the first time we've actually seen them play as a team at all. So that was very, very well played by them, and definitely should take this as a learning experience in order to improve. But I'm sure we're going to be seeing more from them in the top side of the bracket in the Winners' Cup.
I agree with you. And I think we're also, this gives them a good opportunity to kind of get their footing and make some changes throughout the day. So I think they're only going to get better with time. And I can't wait to see what they're going to be able to do.